Last bear of the year. And I just have one question. Who wants to go hunt?
You know, a while back, I got an invite from a good buddy, Mike Tussey, who works for NOMAD Apparel. Mike shot me a phone call, and he said, hey, Laden, what do you think about going to Saskatchewan to go on a black bear hunt this summer? And I said, man, it would be a hoot. And he said, well, I'd like to have you come along with me. We're going to field test some new NOMAD Apparel, let you kind of build an idea of what this new Dura wool camo can do for, you know, your whitetail deer hunters there at North American Whitetail, and let's just have some fun. And I said, man, this sounds like a great time. I'm in. Mike said, oh, one more thing. I said, what's that? And he said, we're gonna be hunting in Cody and Kelsey Robins' first bear camp. I mean, I hated to tell Mike at that point in time, but my fun meter just hit red line. And that's because I've been watching Cody and Kelsey on the Outdoor Channel for years now. And I've just always had an affinity with their Live to Hunt TV show, and an affinity with them, to be honest with you, because I just always felt that they were real bow hunters. And so when Mike told me that the hunt was with Cody and Kelsey, I was all in. I was already all in because I was looking forward to spend time with Mike himself, and it was gonna be a good deal.
And my question is, Laden, are you even really a bear hunter if you don't eat some of your bait?
And?
It changes your day.
You see a lot of bear hunts on TV. You watch the Outdoor Channel, you watch Sportsman's Channel, you watch these shows, and you see a lot of bear hunts, and you see most everybody hunting from stands. And when I talked to Cody, he said, no, we're using ground blinds. So now you're face to face, you know, with a bear. 400-pound bear looking at you at 10 yards, it gets the adrenaline flowing, you know, and that's kind of what I was looking forward to be honest with you.
The equation kind of built because it wasn't long after that I got a phone call from our team at Bowtech, and they said, Laden, we've got a brand new bow coming to market. We're gonna send one of the prototypes to you. We want you to put it through the ringer and tell us what you think. So we've got the brand new Bowtech Carbon 1. This is a carbon riser, high technology, very good looking, 30-inch axle to axle, 6.6 inches of brace height. I mean, this thing is just outstanding, and I couldn't be more pumped about it.
The bear hunting this year has been absolutely incredible. I was really anxious to get started with the outfitting, and it's more than I ever hoped for. We have 4 weeks under our belt right now, and we've shot a lot of giant bears, a lot of happy hunters, and we've made a lot of really good friends. It's been a really fun spring.
First sit of the hunt has happened, and we saw 7, 8 different bears. We saw big bears, we saw little bears, and we saw one bear that we were really curious about. Came in, and this dude just gave us a show, and it was apparent that he was probably a dominant boar. And he was a pretty good sized boar, but he had some really long legs to him. And, you know, not having a whole lot of experience with field judging black bears, I couldn't get real confident about the fact that he was a big mature bear that we were after. And I just decided to pass. We had good footage. We wanted to come back in. We wanted to talk to Cody about this bear and, you know, gather his and Richie's thoughts and see, you know, what we need to plan as we went back into day 2. So day 2 comes in, and Saskatchewan as a whole has been in a pretty large drought for the last couple years. And the forecast is all of a sudden telling us that we can probably count on a pretty solid day of rain.
On a farmer standpoint, it was really exciting to see the rain coming in the forecast. But as an outfitter and a hunter hosting my friends, it wasn't so awesome. But on day 2, Mike Tussey and I actually decided to go out early. We don't normally go to the stand until about 3 p.m. And we decided to go out at about 10 a.m. and get in the blind early and put in some time before the rain really hit.
We get in there at about 1 o'clock, we'd seen 6 different bears, and the 7th bear was our target bear. He comes in, he goes to the feeder, where we had a big barrel of oats and other delicious things for the bears to eat. What were some of it? I think some of it was toppings for donuts that they'd got from Tim Hortons, which was really cool. But that 7th bear was the target bear that we were looking for.
I've guided people my entire life, and the people that I enjoy the most, I don't want to take away from any hunting partners that I've had, but the people that I enjoy the most are the people that are in unfamiliar territory. When you take someone bear hunting that hasn't shot a bear before, that adds a whole new element. And Mike had never shot a bear, so it made it that much more exciting.
Big Bruin, he came in, went to the barrel, started to leave, left, and then he came back. And when he came back, he started walking straight to us. He got about 11 yards from us, and I had the pin sitting right on him with the Excalibur crossbow. And
watch the wire doesn't shoot.
Didn't realize it, but the crossbow was laid down, and we had fencing kind of protecting the blind, and the arrow would have hit the fencing. So I had to wait a second.
No.
The bear turned back to my left.
Let him turn.
And had a short window.
You are cold-blooded. That was an awesome shot.
I think I smoked him.
Oh, you did. You totally did.
Got lucky, made a good shot. And at that time, I seen how excited Cody gets about hunting and sharing his experiences with, the people that he hunts with.
Mike.
Yeah, bro.
2 days ago, you were a total stranger. Honestly. But what does hunting do for people?
It brings people together, man.
Brings people together. And you know what? If you're from Florida or Saskatchewan or Texas, there's so many people that share the same passion. And I know you're going to be a lifelong friend. And hunting brought us together, and I'm grateful for it. That was exciting. Look at this.
That footage was awesome. Mike took a great bear with the Excalibur suppressor, which he was using this week, which is, a sister brand of Bowtech and also a partner of ours.
Oh, like both sides, look.
Both sides.
Look at this. And he's running as hard as he can.
And man, he's elated. This is his first black bear.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Oh, what a beast. He is a beauty, man. Go around behind him and grab him by the base of the neck and pick his head up.
So I talked to Cody about, what should I use to hunt the bears with. Didn't want to hunt a gun. I didn't really, my bow wasn't really set up right now with it. I hadn't shot it in a while. And Cody said, hey, come on up, man. I've got an Excalibur suppressor here to shoot it with. Awesome to shoot a bear with a crossbow.
So Wednesday rolls around and, the rain has come in heavy. It's rained all night. It's the most rain that Saskatchewan in this area has had in quite some time. They've had over 7 inches of rain not too far from us. And, it kind of stinks for hunting, but it's a blessing for this area. It's a blessing for the bear, for the white-tailed deer, the moose, everybody, from a species aspect that exists here in these forests, they need this rain. So, it's kind of a double-sided sword, I guess you could say. Not real favorable for bear hunting, but, it's a blessing to everybody that's here. When Mike and I talked about coming up here to Cody's place, Mike said, look, this is gonna be an adventure. But I didn't know what kind of adventure it would turn into. We're not doing it, are you good?
I've been through this drainage I don't know how many times this spring, and I never took into consideration about the bottom of the creek and the current that had been created throughout the storm with all the water coming down. And when I went into that water, my quad just disappeared. And it was scary.
June 14th, second last day of bear guiding. Most rain I've ever seen in Saskatchewan in my life in 3 days. Yeah, start winching.
Luckily, everybody was okay. Cody was okay. And we looked and tried to figure out how in the world we can get across and still get after this bear. We're trying hard to get back there and get a good hunt in, and it just was not, the odds were not in our favor. We weren't gonna do it, but we had quite an adventure getting that quad out of the water. It wrecked it. We couldn't get it to start again. And so Adam and Cody and I all bundled up in the other quad, and we had a nice wet ride all the way back to the lodge. So we woke up after the adventure that we had in day 3, and we knew that the weather was gonna break today, and we were gonna have a really good chance to get in and catch these bears getting on their feet for the first time in 48 hours, because we'd had 48 solid hours of rain.
So even after I buried my grizzly, we built a bridge. It's June 16th, it's the last day of bear guiding. It's one of those times where you ask yourself the question, how bad do you want it?
Bridge is a pretty loose term.
We're rounding Adam into the cameraman he's always been meant to be.
Yeah.
We're on the same side as the bears now.
Yeah. Let's go get a bear.
So I drop Laden and Adam off, I get them settled, I wish them luck, I give them the knuckles. And anytime looking back on my hunting history, if you have a huge front or if you have really bad weather that hits you, it's gonna be incredible just before that storm, and it's gonna be just as incredible or more incredible right after that storm.
As I can hear Cody and Richie walking back down the trail, you know, to outside of earshot, I look up and I can see that black-snouted boar that we had seen from the first couple of days. And at this point, it's game on. So in drawing that Bowtech Carbon 1 back, you know, I thought back about everything we had faced for the last 4 days. This bow had been rained on, it had been drug over hundreds of miles of trail roads, it had mud all over it. And you know, there were a couple different times that I pulled that bow out during the trip and shot it when we were back at the lodge, knowing what we had put this bow through. And every time I pulled it out, put that 20-yard pin on the target, it put that arrow right where that pin was. And it continuously delivered accuracy and continuously delivered stealth, dead in your hand, quiet shots. And that confidence factor just kicked in right there as that bear came walking into position. And as I was waiting for that shot at full draw, man, I had so much confidence going into that shot. That bow had performed flawlessly up to this point, even with the beating that it had taken. So I anchored my pin deep into that bear's lungs, and I let that arrow fly. Let's listen. Let's just listen. Oh, man. I cannot believe that just happened like that.
We're getting ready to go back. We just get across the bridge. Laden! Did we get a bear? Yes.
Pal, bear down, buddy.
Yeah, you know, Richie and I have been going all season, and you're the last hunter. And we wanted you to get in there to that stand. And you walking down that road right there just made my season.
It was great.
Oh.
It was great, man. It's such an adventure. Oh, man.
He's a beauty, Laden.
Oh, he's a big bear.
He's a great bear. I'm glad we got Richie here to pack him out.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Oh, golly, man, look at that. Look how pretty he is.
He is gorgeous. His hair is blue, black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Laden,
Hey, man.
thank you, buddy.
What a story. What an adventure. We've just had so much fun here with you guys.
Talking about friends, I think that's the greatest thing in hunting, and that's what I'm taking away from it in my 3rd decade of doing this for a living. The friendships you make are really what is important, I think.
Yeah. Well, thank you, guys. We got some work to get done. Last day.
You're welcome.
Last minute, Laden.
You're welcome.
You said that. You warned us. No truth. Great bear. Great shot, too.
Thank you.